Hey guys, it's Erin, and I'm starting to feel like a real YouTuber over here because I just filmed this video twice and didn't record it. Or actually, I did record the first time but thought that I hadn't, so then sat down to record it again, realized that I had recorded it, but that I had messed some stuff up. It's been a day, guys. It's been a day or two. So, I'm just going to go ahead and jump on right in because I feel like I've at least talked enough to talk myself silly and hopefully won't blather on too much. So this is just going to be a video about my, for lack of a better term, my life binder. It's basically this binder here that I have equipped with many lovely organizational just little thingies and pouches and just great. You know, if you are at all someone who can relate to the feeling of just like, you know, when I feel like my things are a mess or I don't 100% know where everything is or things that are like in different places, it just like overwhelms me. And so the idea of having like all of my important stuff like in one spot that I could come to and look at and know where everything is really appealed to me. And so I started looking up ideas about how to put everything into one place. And I know that there are other, you know, like tutorials and videos and stuff about how to do this. But I figure the more the better, because really it's definitely something that's going to be very personal depending on your life, your needs, your preferences, but that maybe there might be aspects of my life that overlap more with your life than maybe somebody else's. Like mine is going to be, I mean, I'm 25, I have a full-time job, I have student loan payments, I have a car payment, and those are the kinds of things that I'm keeping track of, whereas if you're a high school student, this probably isn't going to be exactly up your alley. You might, someone else would probably make a better video for you. Excuse me, but it's all the same basic thing. So really not, you know, reinventing the wheel over here, but, or I am reinventing the wheel? I don't know. Excuse me. So this is my binder. I got this particular binder from Target. It wasn't necessarily my favorite one, but the only dividers that I liked at Target were matched this binder, and so I ended up with this binder. This leads me to two of my first points. My first being probably you're better off starting at a straight up office supply store when you're shopping for materials to make your binder. They just have more variety, things tend to be a little bit cheaper, and honestly, things were cuter. I definitely wanted it to be cute because I like the idea of, you know, this is all filled with stuff that's like responsibilities and duties and chores, things that aren't necessarily really fun and exciting, but I wanted it to be like an inviting thing, something that I enjoy looking at, that is visually appealing, so that I don't add just like, you know, like having it look really generic and like office-y. I was like, ugh, then I'm not going to want to look at it. I'll probably just waste it. I won't even use it. So I really did invest a little bit. I mean, not a crazy amount. Probably like tops, I spent like $15 on this binder, and the only thing I already had were page protectors. So just to let you know, I would say like set your budget like max maybe $20 if you don't want to invest a whole lot in this, and like $20 is really pushing it. Like I don't think you'll need a full $20 to create a really cute functional binder. So anyways, I would recommend starting at Office Depot or Office Max or Staples, or if you have a local office supply store. Unfortunately, I don't know of any in my town, but that would be really great too, you know. Gotta support those local shops. But yeah, so let me go ahead and open it up. These are the dividers that I found at Target. I do think that they're pretty cute. My first section here is my calendar section. This is going to be pretty self-explanatory. These are actually the notes for this video that clearly are very important, as I forgot to even type them out and use them, so whatever. But yeah, this is just like kind of miscellaneous papers that I might need. I have like some paperwork I have to take with me to go do some blood work, really exciting. My notes, like a flyer about a meeting I have to go to tomorrow actually. But yeah, and I prefer to use page protectors to keep things like this in to folders, just because I find folders, I mean, they're a little more expensive and I think they're just bulkier. They tend to take up more space and I don't always have very much to put in them. So I feel kind of annoyed when I'm like, oh, this folder is taking up so much space in my binder, and I like have like a piece of paper in it. So, and also what I find with organizational things is that you tend to have to kind of sit with them and see how they work for you over time and then tweak them along the way, and that's how you get to be really efficient. Well, I've yet to find out, but because I'm not very efficient. But yeah, so this is my calendar. These are the only printables I used are in my calendar section. The first 2 pages of my calendar, which are the last 2 months of this year, 2015, I printed off of Microsoft Office. They were just on there. I think they're okay. They're kind of cute. If you're really into keeping it visually attractive, you might prefer that. And I do kind of like the little note section, but the boxes are a little small for my taste. So for 2016, I went ahead and went to printacalendar.com. It's here at the bottom. It's like print-a-calendar.com. I'll put the link down below, but it's just tons of different free printable calendar templates. And you can print them in landscape, you can print them in portrait. I prefer portrait because I don't like flipping my binder, but you might have a different preference once again. So if you're looking for really basic, I didn't see any like particularly exciting ones. So if you want something a little more attractive, you might have to dig around a little bit more. But this is all I was looking for. Basic, larger squares, just kind of like maximizing the space on the page. So I'm good with this. And then I do color coordinate my like things. The stuff that I gotta do that I put on the calendar is color coordinated. And I keep my key, I just put it over here and I wrote work in orange, personal in green, and birthdays and holidays are in purple. So that's my key in case I forget. The next section, and I'll try and show you guys the dividers because they're all different until I get to, I have 2 sets of these dividers in here. So I think it came with 5, so I have 10 total. So the next section is my to-do list. I prefer just writing my to-do list out, but I'm sure you could easily Google and find a cute template somewhere and just stick those in there. I do it by month, and then just at the end of the month carry over whatever I didn't get done to the next month. And as you can see, I've been very productive this month as I have no boxes checked. I'm very upset with myself. Probably gonna, actually filming this video is on this list, but I can't check it off because I keep not filming the video. Whatever. Okay, the next section is my bills section. This is very exciting. See, I thought I had started recording, but I hadn't. This is like my 1,000,000th time, and this is going to be kind of confusing, but my video cut out somewhere at bills, and then I thought that it had cut out way later than bills, so I filmed the end of this video before this section of this video, so this might get a little confusing, but we had just started on bills. I also just hit my knee really, really hard on this bench. I film in like this little window seat area, and I'm working on the aesthetics, so please forgive the naked wall. But anyways, it's just been just a little bit of an event over here tonight. So let me get back into this. So we were at bills. Can't pay my telephone bills. Can't pay my automobiles. But basically what I have going on in here, this little pouchy, this was one of the things that I had looked for at Target, and they had like one that had a little snap closure, but it didn't have the holes to put it into a binder, and it ended up being really big for the binder, like the ends were sticking out a lot, and I was just gonna like punch holes in it, like with a 3-hole punch and stick it in, but it was really too long and I just didn't like it. So I took it back, and then that's when I went to Office Depot and ended up finding this. So yeah, I have this pouch, and in the pouch I have my checkbook and a pen for writing checks. I also have this little coupon book which basically it was given to me by the bank where I have my loan from for my car, if that is making sense. And every time I make a car payment, I rip out one of the coupons and send it in with a check. That way I can go back in and see, like, did I send in October's? Yes, October's coupon is ripped out. November's not due yet, because, you know, sometimes you wake up in a cold sweat in your bed in the middle of the night and you're like, did I make my car payment? And then you can just open your coupon book and be like, yeah, I did. So that's the coupon book, and it's also going to be really satisfying when I rip all those little suckers out, because that means I've paid off my car and I can go ram it into whoever I want. So not like I wouldn't want to run someone over, just like ram it into other cars. It's just one of those days, one of those days. And then behind the pouch, I keep a list of the bills that I have to pay every month, what day they're due, and what day I pay them, because I try to leave a little cushion of time between when the bill is due and when I pay it, so that if something happens, check gets lost in the mail, I forget to pay my bill, I thought I paid it, but I didn't, there's a little bit of leeway. So, pretty self-explanatory, that one. Let's move on to the next section, which is budget. Now, some of you are going to be thinking, budget, bills, those are the same. You could be very well be right. Excuse me, itchy nose. But I again think this comes down to personal preference, and for whatever reason, my brain likes to separate bills and budget, even though they really are very much interconnected. But for me, bills are like, yes, you must pay these, look at them, you must be on top of them, payments are due at a certain time, and this is more like, this is stuff you have to buy every month, this is about how much it costs, and also includes things that I'm like saving up for, or things that are coming up. So for example, I have like a list of things that I buy every month, like groceries and gas and dog food that are necessary for me every month, and then things that I'm like saving up for, like long term or short term, or like, you know, just stuff like that. Okay, here I have my yoga membership. That's a whole other series if you'd like to see me be very sweaty and unhappy in my fitness journey. Keep an eye out for those videos, because they're coming at you. And then behind this, I won't show you just because it has some personal stuff on it, but it's just like my bills list, but with things that I buy, like gas and groceries every month, just to keep track of. And then the math about like after bills and after necessities, how much do I have every month, and how much am I putting away into my savings account every month. So just to let you know a little bit of what's going on in there, even though I can't show you. So this next section is kind of a miscellaneous one, but I made it because I know that I oftentimes am trying to keep track of like pieces of paper that are, you know, like I don't want to lose, but just important paperwork is what it's called. But this, like, as we get towards the end of the binder is where it starts to get a little more like free form, like this is do what you want, and definitely personalize it, and things tend to be like less pressing than the front of the binder. So important paperwork. Again, I'm using page protectors because I don't like how bulky binders are. But I have in here tickets for Bronson and I, my boyfriend, for a concert that we're going to go see in March of next year. This is a perfect example of what I was trying to avoid. This is a gym membership that I spent almost $100 on in February of this year. That's only good for 3 months, and it expires this coming February, and it's for 3 months. So I gotta use it like right now. I'm still, even if I go use it tonight, really, I would only be getting like 2.5 months tops out of it because it's too late. Yeah, and it's because I had it like folded up and stuffed into the back of my old planner and forgot about it constantly. I mean, it's not the only reason I didn't use it, but it's a reason, and if I had seen it more, I might have made more of an effort. But anyways, so yeah, that's what that section is. This next section is going to make some of you probably cringe, but it's a whole nice, neat, tidy list of all of my passwords for everything. And this is kind of goes back to what I was saying about like just like the idea of things overwhelming me. That must sound so weird, but I'm hoping some of you relate to that. But just like when I stop and think about how many websites and like things online that I have passwords for, I can't think of all the places where I have passwords, let alone what my passwords are. So I already had them written down on a list in just another spot that wasn't as convenient for me. So now it's just with everything else. And if you don't want to have all your passwords written down somewhere, definitely don't make this section. It's pretty easy to, take that out. And however you do passwords, you do you. But this is what I needed, and I'm just going to have to take the chance and hope and guard this with my life and keep it secret and keep it safe, and hope that nobody steals it and has all my passwords to everything. But definitely won't go ahead and show you that. This next section I have is gifts. This is just where, you're having a conversation with someone in like April and you're like, oh, I want to remember that. Like, that would make such a great gift. And I actually keep it on my phone too, because that's usually what's on hand. Okay, I don't know what happened. Stopped recording. Anyways, kind of forgot what I was saying, but basically, just really like my binder. I love that it's kind of a catch-all. What's happening? I feel like things are happening. Ghosts. Yeah, the other thing I have in it, I have this little clippy, and I keep this little pouch just because I honestly thought it was really cute and I really wanted to need it, but I didn't really have a section for it or anything. But I'm keeping important receipts or checks in it because that's what kind of size it is. And so I have like the receipt for my camera in there and the receipt for our vacuum cleaner, which is actually deteriorating rapidly. So and we only bought it a couple months ago, so keep your fingers crossed that our vacuum cleaner doesn't break, because I don't think our receipt is going to hold up long enough that if it didn't, that we would be able to return it. So anyways, but yeah, this little cute little envelope, it's got like a snappy here, and then in the back there's a little folder kind of part, and it just happened to match, and it was like 75 cents. So I was very excited about that, and it came from Office Depot. But yeah, I just really wanted to make this video in the hopes that someone would find it and say, yes, like that's what I needed, or that's a really good idea, or oh my gosh, like I also feel crazy about binders, whatever. So yeah, I just hope this was helpful. I'll definitely be back with more, and if you did like it, please go ahead and thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down to let me know. And if you have anything else you'd like to say, I'd love to hear it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great night. Or day, I guess. It's night here. Yeah, and also I wanted to apologize about the lighting and also for shaking you violently. I'm working on getting better lighting, but I work, like I said, I work full-time, and it's daylight savings right now, so it's dark before I even get home. And then on the weekends, I don't always have time to film, but I am going to try to do that. But in the meantime, I have like a million lamps. So, sorry, please bear with me, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.